Ladies and gentlemen, do you have a best friend? Did you have one in kindergarten, primary school, and growing up? Do your children have somebody they refer to as my bestie? I remember that I used to have more than one friend in school, but one of those friends always used to stand out. As early as in the first or second year of primary school, there were several classmates I talked to and one BFF who I formed a closer bond with. In secondary school, I was part of a group of 4 boys. We called each other friends, but I always kind of felt that there was a silent, jealous competition going on among us all the time about who would call whom my BFF. I still have several good friends now, and I think it would be quite hard for me to point out one of them as the best one, or as the one who is dearer to me than others. Frankly, I've never had an inner desire to categorize and label my friends, but I think a lot of people, and especially children, feel it is important to have someone that they call their best friend. Could this be because we humans are somehow programmed in this way? I'm telling you all this because I recently read an interesting article on this topic. In this article, the Daily Telegraph quoted the head teacher of a leading private primary school in London as saying that he told the parents of his pupils that it is not good for their children to have best friends. Instead, the parents should encourage their offspring to have lots of good friends. The head teacher believes that this will help his pupils avoid overly possessive relationships and upsetting fallout. It may come as a surprise to you, but this is not the first time schools in the UK have suggested a no best friends policy. It is increasingly common for teachers to encourage pupils to play in large groups instead of pairing up. They claim that developing tight-knit bonds could leave other children feeling left out and hurt. However, relationships experts say that this is indeed natural for human beings to seek an intimate relationship. When they first go to school, children have usually developed a close bond with at least one parent, and they are used to being part of a double act. It is only natural that they want to seek out a best friend. It is probably a survival instinct. It makes children feel more secure because it's easier to face the world when there are 2 of you. What's more, experts confirm that having a best friend is just as much an adult instinct as a child's. The term best friends is more important to children, and girls tend to use it more than boys. But as we get older, we simply give relationships different labels. Most couples say that their best friend is their partner. So instead of my best pal, we refer to my other half, my husband, my wife, my significant other, and so on. It seems that we humans are simply not destined or designed to be democratic in this way. We don't love everyone equally. Many people say that banning best friends in school to ensure that no one is left out prevents young people from learning about the ups and downs of life. If children are stopped from getting negative experiences, such as falling out with their bestie, they will end up being emotionally immature. They need to learn to cope with being snubbed and other normal emotional experiences. Some experts on education argue that if adults direct everything, children will be less able to form their own relationships later in life. And ladies and gentlemen, I agree wholeheartedly. If we buy our child a pet, there is a likelihood that it will die. But we want the child to be able to form a bond with an animal. We get married despite the fact that we know the marriage could end in divorce. Yes, a child might fall out with their best friend, or the best friend might move away, but that is not a reason to keep people at arm's length. Children have to learn to survive socially. Thank you for your attention.